Recently, the federal government has placed an age limit on test takers, that is for those who are writing WAEC, NECO, and JAMB, and the age limit is 18. This was revealed by the Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Mamman, during his appearance on Channels Television's Sunday Politics on Sunday evening. This announcement has, raised spark of debates amongst people, and some persons have come to say, okay, this is fine. We now have matured people writing these critical exams because, of course, they are going into the higher institution, while others are saying, why police this test takers? Because we have young and high achieving students. This and many more will be the foundation of our conversation today on the Fifth Estate Live on Akweya TV. And of course, I am your host, Hope Williams. To join the conversation live, do well to like and share this video and leave a comment in the comment section. On today's episode of the Fifth Estate Live, we'll be discussing how age is redefining the Nigerian education. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
In a world filled with impactful stories and transformative experiences, the essence of change is vital. That's where we come in. With over 16 years of experience shooting documentaries, we specialize in productions for local and international non-governmental organizations. Our focus is on showcasing the results and impacts of non-profit intervention on individuals, institutions, and society. We capture the success stories that emerge from these interventions, allowing project management experts to focus on designing projects with the greatest value to the beneficiaries. Our skilled team of filmmakers, storytellers, and technicians serve as a powerful tool, raising awareness, fostering empathy, and mobilizing support for the cause that truly matters. If you are a non-governmental organization looking to amplify your impact through compelling storytelling, let us bring your success story to life, ensuring that the world hear the voices that deserves to be heard.
Connect with us by sending an email to info@isumedia.net.ng for more interesting updates. Follow us on our social media platforms @ISUmedia. Isu Media, Ocean of Ideas.
Thank you for staying tuned. If you're just joining, this is Akweya TV, where we discuss issues around history, art, and culture as it relates to our development as individuals and as a society. As stated earlier, on today's show, we'll be discussing the age limit that has been placed on test takers. And with me in the studio to have this conversation is a media expert and a young enthusiast, Mr. Forgive me because I am going to say the name in a way that he probably will not feel pleased.
Okay.
Emi Ola. I hope I said it well.
My name is Emi Ola Oshifeso.
Mr. Emi Ola, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So, the recent eligibility status that has been raised now for candidates of WAEC, NECO, and JAMB, which has been placed on age 18, has raised conversations both on Twitter, on Facebook, and even physically, where people have come out to say that, well, we cannot always have kids writing WAEC and NECO to get into the university where it's a different world on its own. And others have come out to say, we have high achieving children and we cannot, police them or put a barrier to their achievement because we want to have matured students in the university. So what's your take on that?
First thing, I think the Minister of Education or the Ministry of Education is very unserious because if you want to look into the problem that is faced by education today in this country, this age limit that they are trying to propose now, or I don't even know what they are doing about it, should be the least. You look at our curriculum in Nigeria, we have outdated curriculum that we're operating with. In today's curriculum, we still have people that are learning about religion when people are already teaching their own kids in other advanced countries age of reasoning. And you also think about out-of-school kids. There are a lot of out-of-school kids where the minister, the president is not talking about. So if you want to advance anything in our education, our academic curriculum today, shouldn't it be things that matters most? But if we look at it very well, the child of a poor man actually gets to graduate from SS3 when he's 18 or 19. So it is like a basic thing for us. It's not something to now debate about. So we can only suspect them that they probably don't want the child of a poor man to grow very fast, because who else goes to graduate from secondary school at age 18, if not the child of the poor man, where their own kids will not even participate. They are the ones who go to King's College London or whatever international high school. So it is usually a war between the elite and the masses. They don't even wish the masses well. That's why they will always bring up policies that would be at the detriment of the poor man, an average man, and it favors them, you know it. Because if the governor today have a child who is 14 and is ready for the university, are they going to wait for a year? If we have a governor who had even paid advanced school fees for an unborn children, well, I think you know about it. So you should understand that whatever policy these people are making is definitely not to improve the lives of a common man.
However, some persons, like the director of WAEC, has come out to say that the government is responsible for the regulation of education in the country. And they have also said, if we go by the education system in Nigeria, this was also quoted by the Minister of Education, Prof. Tahir. He said, if we go by the education system in Nigeria, a child is supposed to leave secondary school within age 17 plus. Okay. This is because Nigeria practices the 6-3-3-4 system, where you get to spend 6 years in primary, 3 years in junior secondary, 3 years in secondary. So if we put this together, we still have kids graduating within age 17 plus. So that means before they are ripe for JAMB, they should be 18, right?
Yes.
However, in the private sector, right now, in private schools, we now experience things like double promotion.
Okay.
So don't you think that this age limit is somehow good to help curtail these things like double promotion?
Okay, so let's be serious now.
Okay.
So if we look at the generation we are today, we are not supposed to be stuck with the older generation. In this age and day, we have a 16-year-old man who can impregnate a 15-year-old girl.
True.
So, but we have a 13-year-old girl that is the government allowed a 60-year-old man to get married to in some states in Nigeria, and they are not concerned about that. So it is okay for a 13-year-old, 14-year-old girl to get married, but it is not okay for a 15, 16-year-old child to get into the university. Meanwhile, the person who said what you have just said, can we ask the person, at what age does his own child graduated from the secondary school, or they get admission into the university? They are not truthful people. They lie about everything they do. They just come out to look good in the face of the global audience. So I'm talking about the age of today. Who are the guys that are making things happen all over the world today? Who are the tech guys? Are they their own age mates? Are they the 50-year-old guys? We only have these old crooks in the leadership class today that are just controlling the lives of people. They are actually not the ones making things happen. The guys who are making things happen today, they are kids. How old was Mark Zuckerberg when he set up Facebook? You get? How old was a lot of innovations that we have today? Who are the guys that are developing it? So why are you trying to limit the brain capacity of young people? Because you are preparing them to come and be servant to your children. That's actually the purpose. Because their children will come back to Nigeria when they are 22, 23 and tell you that they have 2 degrees already. They have 3 degrees already. So if you and I, me, the son of a poor man, and you, one of their own child, we want to apply for a job together, and I just barely have an HND certificate, and you have 3 degrees already, who's going to get the job? But meanwhile, if we are together in the same class here, we probably will be logging eggs together. So this has been an existing formula by the establishment of this country in particular, which is separating the poor from the rich. Now, let me break it down for you from housing generally. So if you go to some places in this Abuja, you can never find any school where an average rich man can enroll their kids. But you would always find all these low budget, underfunded schools around where the kids of their security guys and co can go. But where would you find their own kids? GRA, the God rejected areas, where you can never, there can never be mixture between a poor man and a rich man. So if the Nigerian government today want to actually improve anything in our education sector, they should improve on our public schools, fund them to some extent where even the private schools will not be on the standard of the government schools. That way, me as a rich man, I want to enroll my child in the government school because they are teaching standards. That is the way a son of a farmer can have a Davido as friends, because Davido's father would want the best for Davido and want to have Davido in the best school. So if government has the best school, and me, that is just an average man, that is also a student from that school that we call best, owned by government, we can be classmates. Yeah. So what is the hope of a poor man in this Nigeria? There's no hope. That's why when they complain about, a lot of people fail JAMB, and you want to shift the blame on the student. How? Because after I graduate from school, where do I go to when I can make thousands of dollars from TikTok by just telling you people to tap, 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 and I'm doing whatever I want to do? Do you get? So the government is not giving a promising future for the children today, and with the youth, we've seen it. Some of us who have money to come out of the higher institution, we've seen it. So you can't, if the child is seeing his mom and dad not being able to even feed them 3 times daily, and he's seeing that some people are earning from TikTok, what does he want to subscribe to? Let me also join this TikTok thing. You see, when you see the background of a lot of these TikTokers, you see that they are actually very poor. The guy is not thinking about education right now. He just wants a safe place to lay his head at night with his parents and just to eat daily. The government is not looking at these important things. Talk about the girl child that they are getting, they are allowing some old, was one of my favorite person called them ODBs, old bastards, to get married to 13, 14 years old girls. You are not concerned about that. Why not set age limit for marriage for a girl child and say, if you are not 20 as a girl, you can't get married? That way you would have countered that old narrative that a man can decide to get married to a 13 years old girl. So I was trying to emphasize for you that it is a war between the rich and the poor. If we have a kind of housing style that embodies both the rich and the poor, and the poor people, the children also make use of the playground that the rich people make use of, then that way they have hope for their future, that someday me and this person will share jam for picture. You know me before that. We went to you get, but how do you have access? We only look at them from the fence, or the child of the poor man is the one cleaning the playground for them. So the government is not just serious about anything. There are a lot of trending news everywhere that concerns how an average man just wants to feed his child in school. Since I'm over 30, but then I'll tell you that this is the first time in my life that I've ever heard people complain more about being hungry. To the fact that government even paid people to go and end hunger protests, but those people couldn't just hide their realities. They had to say it, that even though government say no protest, but Gary now, it don't cost. Why is government not concerned about the guy? Do you know why these people want to keep most of our people out of education? Why they want to make education be very costly for people? Education brings exposure. So now, if the exposed ones, like you and I, if we try to come out today and hold the government accountable for their incompetencies, who do you think they will hire?
Deep.
The ones whom they have deprived of being exposed. Because someone who is hungry, you can just tell them, those guys that are shouting there, go and dismantle them. The guy just want to feed. So now I've managed to come out of the university. Where do I get a job? And if I want to get a job, if I'm a girl, is either they sleep with me. If I'm a guy, it's either they ask me to come and buy a job, buy government job. You only hear that in Nigeria. And where do I even want to afford that as a guy? Then if I get the job, level 8 officer, how much? 70,000.
Talking about job actually,
yes.
Right? This new age limit is saying 18 years before you can even write WAEC and NECO. So that means if for some reason
Yeah.
you did not make your first WAEC and NECO,
Yeah.
you have to rewrite,
Of course.
and you'll be like 19.
Yeah.
If you even write JAMB at 18 and you don't get admission that year, you still have to rewrite JAMB, and you'll be
Yeah.
like 19. And then for our employment sector, you apply for a job and they tell you age limit is 25. Now, a child who goes into the university at 19 and spends 4 years.
Calculate ASU strike, an internal strike and external strike.
Yeah, the ASU, the SANU, and all the strike that happens, where you see a 4-year course that a child is
end up
supposed to spend 4 years.
8 years.
You understand? And then this person is graduating within 25, 26, or 27,
and
has to go for 1 year NYC. That is for those who even do the normal art and social science courses. People who do things like law, medicine, will now be graduating within 28 and 30.
Yeah.
And the employment limit is 25. Like,
where is the job?
The balance. Actually. So the balance actually is where my issue is, because
all these things don't work here. Even if you are 40, if you have money, you get job. These are relatable stories. We don't have to pretend about it. You get. Let's first ask ourselves. So I'm just under 24 and I've graduated. Where is the job? Where is the job? They only want to recruit our brothers into the police and into the army so that they can tell them to go and enforce laws that we can't even bear on ourselves. So the foundational problem of this country, which should be dealt with, is a leadership thing. The reason children are not passing JAMB again is leadership. Don't blame it on the kids.
But I would also blame it on the kids.
Now let me ask you, are the children of the rich men, are they not passing JAMB? Let them bring the statistics out for us if they can tell us generally that, the amount of these people who didn't pass JAMB. Tell us the children who are not passing JAMB.
But the children of the rich...
I'm going somewhere. The children of a rich man doesn't have any pressure. You just want to wake up, dress up, bath, eat, come back, play games. But the children of the poor man will first go and walk in the morning. If you go to Bokos in Plateau State, there's nothing like education. These displaced people, 3-4 years old kids are there working for the illegal miners. Go to Lagos. Let me not even talk about a far distance. Let's go to the Lekki. If you start from Lekki toll gate, each traffic light you get to, you see at least minimum of 7 children that are saying OG Alpha. Children, I'm not talking about adults. You see the adults on the seat just doing like this for you. Children will come to your window and be telling you OG Alpha. Now, I saw a video, like, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? A boy saying he has transfer. They say, who owns the account? They said somebody at home. The boy now asked, how old are you? He said 7. The government is not concerned about this one. Go from that Lekki roundabout, go straight to as far as Aja, each traffic light you get to do your investigation, you will see it. Children and their mothers are laying aside. The government is not concerned about going to look for a land somewhere. Build a city for an average man. Let them have schools, playground for children. In fact, by the time you are building this city, make them work there as laborers. As they are working as laborers, some of their wives will be selling foods. Some would even set up beer parlor there. So they also have hope that this place that we are building is for us. And you are not even giving it to them for free. If you have a town for 10,000 people, you ask them to first pay a registration fee 1,000. That's a lot of money for the government. And you're asking them that each apartment we give to you here, you pay back maybe in 30 years. They're developing businesses, transportation, everything is happening there. Then the kids too can go to school. They can be medical. It's not that we have clueless people in power who are also wicked. At least if you are clueless and you have people in mind, you would consult people and ask them
to advise
you. It is the wickedness in you that will make you want to pay advance in millions of a child that you are even yet to deliver, when there are a lot of children in your state who are displaced, who are not going to school.
So, Mr. Emiola, I would like you to hold your thoughts right there.
All right.
Viewers, it's been an interesting conversation so far with Mr. Emiola in the studio, and we're discussing the eligibility status that has been placed on test takers in Nigeria. So far, Mr. Emiola has, heard some of our thoughts. I am sure of that, because I am sure that most of you think the same way he thinks. So let me have your thoughts in the comment section. Tell me what you think about all Mr. Miola has said. He has, brought us to the point where he says the government should think more of out of school children. They should think more of these little kids of age 7 who might be pushed into crime, because while he's a young child, what is he doing on the streets and hailing OGs? So let me have your thoughts in the comment section, and don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
At ISU Media Limited, we understand the power of media relations in amplifying the impact of NGOs. For 16 years, we have been dedicated to helping organizations forge better relationships with the mass media. Our expertise lies in crafting compelling narratives and ensuring that NGOs deliver newsworthy materials in the formats that reporters and editors desire. In addition, we conduct structured monitoring of mass media and social media content. We work closely with you, our clients, to increase your visibility as an NGO. If you are an NGO seeking to strengthen your media relations, let us be your trusted partner in building meaningful connections with the mass media.
Connect with us by sending an email to info@isumedia.net.ng for more interesting updates. Subscribe to our newsletter on LinkedIn at The Fifth Estate. You'll get all the development stories that you need. ISU Media, ocean of ideas.
Thank you for staying tuned. It's been a wonderful conversation so far on the Fifth Estate Live, and I've been in the studio with Mr. Emiola. We've been discussing on the age limit that has been placed on test takers in Nigeria, looking at how it is, redefining our education system in the country. So you've said a lot, and I want to really ask, where you have a child who is currently in, let's say, SS2, and that child is 14. Mm-hmm. And by next year, the child should be in SS3, and the child is 15. Now, with the current age limit, this child has about 3 more years to stay back. Do you think it would have been better, or do you think it's better that this child has 3 more years? This is it. We have always campaigned for skill acquisition for our young ones. So don't you think that this child now has 3 years to acquire his skill, whether vocational or technical skills?
That boils down to where I first said the government should have looked into our academic curriculum, change things. We are used to nursery school, primary school, secondary school, junior secondary school, senior secondary school with just theories alone. In fact, somebody wants to become a lawyer is clueless about what law is during their secondary school. So if they revamp all these things and change them, so you need to know since when a child is in GS1 what they want to become, so that you can help them navigate through that part of their career. No, that's like if we work with a new curriculum.
No, but that's because from you and I know that when we're in secondary school,
no, it is
some of us wants to be lawyers and doctors.
It is the situation of this country that is always changing our dreams. I'm telling you. Yes, so I wanted to become a medical doctor. Okay. My mom always wanted me to be a lecturer, but why do I want to be that medical doctor? It was because I always see myself as a doctor. If they have been able to navigate my footsteps through that career path, maybe I wouldn't have made mistakes by just being somebody today that I don't even know. So I'm just kidding. So what I'm saying is that if we need to change how things have been working here to the advanced one. So someone who wants to be a lawyer right from JS1 should be on that path. They will definitely come out excellently. So if after a child graduates from secondary school at 16, and then he already have law experiences, as at this time, he could probably be doing internship with a lot of law firms. If somebody wants to become a doctor, by that time that he graduates from the... so that's what I'm saying, that it's not inherently bad. These are new policies, but they would never bring any alternatives that make sense to it. So somebody wants to become a doctor after secondary school is also doing internship at one hospital, but they will still, if you want to ordinary corps member posting, it's frustrating. You go to this place, they will say they reject you. You go to that place, they'll say they reject you. That's why someone will just tell you that, please, you guys just accept me. I don't need to come. So the government is not regulating things that they feel like, guy, we need you in our future. That's why you need to do this. They don't even care. You get? So what the policies are not actually bad. I mean, it helps give time for our children to acquire more knowledge. But ask them, what do they have in place? That is, if they have one already. They don't have anything in place. They just want to say, if you can't make it, you can't make it. So if you want to, it's like saying, okay, you people stay in this area is not good for residents. It's just supposed to be for flood. Now you want us to go. Where is the alternative? They would never give you any alternatives. People come out that we are hungry. And the president came out to come and respond. He did not even mention anything about hunger. He was just reading manifesto for us. So yes, you don't want kids that are less than 18 to be able to write WAEC. Okay, so if you graduate from the secondary school at 15, this is what we have in plans for you. Have you heard them say that?
I think that falls now on the parents to decide what they want their kids to do. Because, of course, the parents will now have to say, you go and learn mechanic, you go and learn fashion and design.
No, you see, that's one of the mistakes that we make. Let me tell you, government of any country controls our life entirely.
True.
Yes.
Because
they are responsible for everything. Because if government did not provide a good academic curriculum, and the parent really wants another thing for their kids, then the child must fit into what government is saying. The government has the superior power. Of course, we always deceive ourselves in Nigeria that power belongs to the people, which has never happened before, except the moment of resistance. So it is where we can only blame our parents is that where they are supposed to come out and challenge these policies, they will just accept it. And that's why we give credit to some of our old parents, I mean, in the older generation that took bold steps to challenge most of these things against education. You know, where history is about where they wanted to reduce universities in Nigeria from 28 to 5, increment of school fees. Those guys who came out in those days deserves the honor always. So we will also not make the same mistake that our parents make by keeping quiet. If our parents are always coming out, the moment they hear this thing, the first thing, Parent Teachers Association, we're out. What does the government have for us, for our children, as an alternative? But they will always accept this oppression as though it is normal.
Well, this current one has really sparked a widespread of debates.
What it's not supposed to spark debate, it's supposed to spark protest. When we say protest,
looking at the way protests are being handled in this country,
the government have actually been able to, they have been successful in making protests look like you are coming to cause war. So we are not okay with this. Then the people gather together and we proceed to the Ministry of Education or even the president who appoints the minister. Mr. President, we don't want this. How is that a crime just with paper placards? But and then you see tear gas. But if the protest is about, Mr. President, you are doing well, they will even help you call media people. Media, go and cover them. So our parents are so complacent in a lot of these oppressive policies that these people are making. And it's that complacency that has made these guys exist for too long, that we keep voting our enemies into power.
So to round off, right, what do you think would have been a more better option? Taking into cognizance the fact that we have double promotion and we have things going on in the private sector where parents pay for certification, parents pay for their children to be, promoted or enrolled in higher class, even when they don't deserve it most times, and all of that. What do you think would have been a better way to handle all of this without placing this age limit?
Why I'm laughing is that these guys, like I said something, they don't know better and they are wicked. There is no advice you can give to someone who doesn't care about you. The solution to this country is not about telling these people what they need to do. You are telling somebody who wants you to be hungry that he should give you food. It's not possible. You get, we can only educate and sensitize our people. What we need to do is to keep educating our people at the grassroots level everywhere in this country. That, can you see the kind of policies these guys are making? It tells that they want you to come and serve under their children in the nearest future. You all should come out and reject it. Forget about, then when you want to come out and reject it, put on your placards what you want them to do. Ask for an alternative. It is not by debating on Twitter or by just having the gist. They know, they have seen us, that they've seen us finish. Nigerians, don't be them. If you turn fuel to 5,000 today, they can only shout, and before you know, they buy them. You need to put your foot on ground and let them display their shame globally by coming to shoot you. What are you demanding for? I mean, the average man doesn't ask for too much. He wants his kids to go to good schools, just the way your own children are going to good schools. A safe place to put his head at night. Is that too much to ask? So why do we need to go and consult Ifa or pray a spiritual power before we know the solution of this country?
So far, so good. It's been a wonderful time on the Fifth Estate Live today, and I've been with a very passionate Nigerian, Mr. Emiola. Thank you for joining me today in the studio.
Oh.
Don't forget to like and share this video, and also comment, and do well to follow us on all our social media platforms, and subscribe to our channel. Click on the notification bell so you're notified whenever we make a post. Until we come your way again next time, do have a blissful day. Bye-bye.